Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a country music icon. You saw him on The Voice where he won 9 times.
Wow.
Remember this thing? He did this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
He did this thing right here. He's an Oklahoman. And I'd like to formally announce this weekend on College Game Day, live from Oklahoma's first SEC game against the University of Tennessee Volunteers, he will be the celebrity guest picker, Blake Shelton.
Yay!
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, you guys are desperate if you need me to come out and make the picks. I'm honored though. Trust me, I'm honored to do it.
No, we are not desperate. We are incredibly lucky. I know you disappeared from The Voice. We all miss you, don't we?
Yeah,
we all miss you.
Show's not the same.
Show's not the same. I know you're touring here, I believe, in February. I don't know. You're starting a tour here in a while, but I follow on Instagram, as we all do. You've been tilling the land. You've been off the fucking grid. Now, it seems like, where are you right now?
I'm actually in Utah right now, elk hunting, and this is amazing up here. I didn't grow up getting to elk hunt. Obviously, living in Oklahoma, so getting to come out and do different things like this and get some exercise and get my ass kicked a little bit trying to get up and down these mountains with a hangover every morning. It's what I need in my life, Matt. This is why I quit The Voice, so I could start doing more stuff like this.
So with that being said, you coming in to do College Game Day, we're incredibly thankful. We're incredibly thankful and very excited.
Listen, I told all the guys in at the camp here where we're staying, I said, man, you ain't gonna believe this. Pat just texted me and asked me to go do the ESPN Game Day, and of course everybody, you got to do it, man. I said, yeah, but I don't know shit about all these teams you're going to ask me. I'm obviously a OU fan and I'm an OSU fan too, Oklahoma State. You know, I don't know if it's legal to be both or not, but I always have been. Just I pull for all 3 of the teams. Tulsa too. It's just, you know, obviously a hometown kind of guy, but obviously OU is the.
Don't worry. Hey, listen, you don't have to know shit. You see me up. No, you don't have to know anything. You'll be able to figure it out. We're thankful you're coming, and the students at Oklahoma are going to lose their mind when you walk in there. Are you?
Oh well, I'm excited, man. I've got a lot of friends and family that go to every single one of the games. You know, so this obviously the first SEC game at home it's just. The whole state is buzzing, you know. It's just going to be huge, and on top of that particular game is going to be, you know, a tough game. So I'm excited. I'm so excited you guys asked me to do it.
Okay, cool. We're pumped to hear it. Let's talk about your football fandom. Obviously, Oklahoma, OSU, and Tulsa, because you're an Oklahoman boy. You're an Oklahoma boy. Arizona Cardinals, though, might have a team.
Now we can talk about the Cardinals. I can finally talk about them and be excited this year.
Okay, this is the year. We're believing full heaven. Now, can you go back and tell the story about how you became an Arizona Cardinals fan, and is now the best time to be a Cardinals fan since Kurt Warner was doing his thing?
Yeah. Well, it's a boring story, but I'll tell you, you know, when I moved to Nashville in 1994, and a couple of years after I got there, there was a citywide vote, and I remember there were signs in people's yards, almost like it was amazing. It was a huge movement. Vote yes for the NFL. I remember seeing these signs everywhere, and they were trying to get the Oilers to come to Nashville, and the vote went through. Obviously, people wanted the team there, and I remember. I had a roommate at the time. I said, and he was a big NFL fan, and I said, "Man, let's watch some football this weekend and show me the difference when we're watching this game, these games. What the difference is, the NFL and college football. They're basically the same, but I wanted to know because I didn't grow up watching the NFL that much back then. And that night, I think was Arizona versus the Chargers or somebody, and we watched the game, and it was a nail biter, and I think Arizona must have won. And from that moment on, I just became a huge Arizona Cardinals fan. Even when the Titans came to town, and Steve McNair was he was a hero. He was my hero. You know, I loved that guy. I would still, if I had to pick which game to watch, I would always watch Arizona though. And then, of course, they had the run with Kurt Warner, and then another pretty good run with Carson Palmer. After that. And I told you I had a guest here with me that he's still hunting right now, but Colt McCoy is here at camp with us, and I was wanting him to stick his head in. He said that he had been on your show a couple of times, and I was going to have him poke his head in.
He's going to be the governor of Texas. He's going to be governor of Texas. You know that?
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen for Colt McCoy. What a legend that guy. Legit. I think he's going to be the governor of fucking Texas. Isn't that like they're saying,
oh yeah,
if anybody can do it, it's our fucking Colt McCoy.
Yep.
that is literally what they're saying about that guy.
I thought Matthew McConaughey was in the running, but maybe you're right. Maybe it is Colt.
Ooh. Oh, I think it's McConaughey will pass the baton to Colt McCoy. I believe that's how it's going. Obviously, up in the mountains of Utah here, and it's back. The Arizona Cardinals are back, though. You guys are gonna be good this year now.
We saw the game Sunday. My God, now that Marvin Harrison Jr. had his got over the hump, and that first quarter was. It was shocking, I remember I was sitting there watching the game Sunday and just thinking the other shoe's going to fall. That always happens with Arizona. They could be, 40 points ahead, and the shit hits the fan, and something unheard of happens. And they just held it together the entire game, and I've just had so many games where we've played the Rams and just terrible things happen, and I don't know. I'm just so excited. I thought we played the hell out of that the Buffalo game too. I thought we looked good there. I mean, weren't able to hang on there till the end, but I'll take it. Just to know that we have a chance, that it's worth canceling anything I got going on Sundays to watch the game. Now is it's going to be worth it.
Does Gwen watch? Is Gwen a Cards fan now?
She'll sit there while I'm watching, and I'll get up and scream about something, and she'll look up from her phone and what, and but not really, She wears. They send us gifts every now and then, and she'll wear their shit, She'll put the sock hat on or whatever, but she's not really a football fan at all,
Yeah. Hey, listen, look up from the phone. What happened? Catch up. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Let's move along. I think that's happening in a lot of houses. But young girls in the game now. Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift has brought them into football, brother. It is a beautiful time for.
I don't think she misses a game. I don't think she's ever misses a game anymore. It's amazing.
Yeah, she's a football fan.
Yeah. Think they're going to get married? Let's talk about it. You think they're going to get married, Pat?
So, since the beginning, Blake, and you're in a high-profile celebrity relationship here now that I assume some people potentially said was pushed behind the scenes. Like, hey, good publicity here. You two kind of date each other. I assume there was some of that chatter. I'm not 100% sure. But anytime popular people date, there's always
of course, because it makes.
Go ahead.
No, it's just because it makes perfect sense to marry somebody to try to promote your career.
But I'm saying
there was plenty of that. But go ahead though. What were you saying?
No, but that's the world you live in whenever you guys are superstars and you date or try to find a relationship with another superstar, especially with, Travis is like GOAT right now on greatest dynasty that could potentially be in the history of the NFL. And then Taylor Swift is global icon that she is. So I think a lot of people thought it was fake. I thought from the beginning, though, the personality traits seem to be a good match. Travis Kelce, tight end, not a quarterback. He's okay with being behind Patrick Mahomes whenever they're walking on a red carpet. So Taylor Swift, I assume she had to deal with a lot of dudes that weren't necessarily happy to be in the shadow of who Taylor Swift. Yeah. I think Travis Kelce's cool with that. Mm-hmm. I think he is very, very cool with that and in his own. And then for Taylor, she's been looking for seemingly a man.
And Travis too. I don't think Travis. I've been around him just once or twice. And he doesn't have. I don't think he really has it in him to just. He's a standout no matter where he is or what he's doing. He's just got this big personality. He's a funny guy. He walks into the room and he has a presence there. So there's never going to be that moment where he's in the shadows anyway, just because of his charisma and his personality anyway. He just kind of owns the moment, whatever that is, whether it's that picture you just had up there at one of her shows. He's just willing to go there. I love his personality. He's a ton of fun. His brother too. I'm a fan of both of theirs.
Yeah, the Kelsey brothers are awesome. Jason Kelsey on TV every Monday, and then New Heights every single, I think, new episode just dropped today. It's like, love that the Kelsey brothers are showcasing football to a brand new people. They're the perfect people to be the football representative for this. You believe in them? You believe in them? You believe in Taylor and Travis?
I do, man. I think the fact that and the fact that they're both they're just kind of putting it out there in everybody's face, like there's no like sneaking around or trying to tamp things down or keep it on the down low. I think when you're willing to just come out and just kind of put it in everybody's face that you're together and you're owning it, that's something that that's what Gwen and I did. It's like, look, I'm dating Gwen Stefani. I want the fucking world to know that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's right. That's me. That's me. So, it's the fact that they're going there, it shows that they're probably super into each other and proud of each other and their accomplishments.
I agree. Hey, congrats to them, and congrats to you and Gwen.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, love's not an easy thing, obviously. And whenever you find it in the midst of a lot of chaos, seemingly, and so many outside factors and opinions, it's a beautiful thing. Just like you and Gwen are a beautiful couple. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, buddy.
It's a perfect match. Did you expect that? Because you just said, I want everybody to know I'm fucking Gwen. Yeah, that's
no.
Gwen Stefani. That's
No, I mean, if you would have told me 10 years ago, that I'm going to marry Gwen Stefani, I would have laughed in your face, just because I wouldn't have even thought I would have ever met Gwen Stefani. So having a chance to meet her and then find out that that we just have this chemistry together, it's just it was meant to be, man. I really feel like that. And I tell you what else is a shame that your viewers don't know, and maybe all the folks there in the studio, that I had you lined up to go against Gwen Stefani on Barmageddon, man. It's like,
I know.
But you had that whole family thing you had to handle.
Daughter,
with having a baby and stuff, But that would have been an epic matchup, though, man. She was ready. She was ready for you.
Well, she thought she was, certainly, and I know I understand. I understand all that, but beautiful baby girl Mackenzie came a couple weeks early. I wasn't able to attend, but I did appreciate the hell out of the invite. Now, on that note, Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Blake. So how much fun is that doing Barmageddon, especially with all the other shit you got going on with the touring and all the other stuff that you're doing? I mean, elk hunting, obviously, but how much fun is it filming that? And is it difficult? Like, how long does it take to film those? Because I assume you're getting boozed up during the filming of the episodes as well.
What was the call time? 9 a.m., I think, is whenever I was supposed to be showing up to Barmageddon. I'm like, Blake, I like to have a good time. 9 a.m. is it?
Yeah. That was the only part about it, but it didn't matter. I mean, Carson and I, the way that show was invented was during COVID. We continued to work on The Voice, but because of the COVID restrictions and stuff, there wasn't that many people even allowed in the studio. So there was like just a handful of camera guys. There was no audience, and it was hard to shoot The Voice back then. And so there was tons of downtime in between takes. And so Carson and I spent, that year in his dressing room, just drinking all day, and one day we were sitting in his dressing room, and that show Holy Moly was on.
Oh, do we?
Joe Tex.
And we were watching it, and I said, what would make this show better is if they were drinking on the show and cussing, and like guys do when they go to the sports bar or go to the golf course. I said, if somebody would air that, I would be a fan. I would watch it. And the more we talked, the more we decided we were going to try to talk NBC into letting us make that show. And so sure enough, we were able to talk them into it. They didn't put it on NBC. They put it on USA because they knew, where we were probably going to go with it. And so to answer Ty's question though, we shoot a whole season of that in about a week or 10 days. We shoot 2 a day and then 1 a day, but we really are. I mean, all those shots that we're doing and drinking. I mean, we really wanted it to be real and go there. So even though we're starting at 9 a.m., I mean, we're really getting in it. That's why whenever you were texting me, you were before you knew you're going to have to bail. You were like, man, are we going to drink? Are we going to drink some damn beer on the show? I'm like, yes, I promise you, we are going to drink, Pat. I promise you.
It sounded like with how professional it was. I get the email. It's like a full professional thing, and like everything is. It's NBC. Like you think of NBC, you don't think of that. And then like Barmageddon, I'm like, this got to be gimmick drinks. It's got to be gimmick drinks, because I feel pretty good if I'm performing against other people while boozing. I feel pretty solid, and I thought that would be quite an advantage for me. And I is this a Hollywood situation, or are we actually? No, yeah, we're drinking real. We're drinking beers out here. I'm like.
Yeah.
That's
why I wanted to film it. We film it at Old Red, which is my bar down on Broadway in Nashville, and because we wanted it to be authentic and go there as much as we could. At the end of the day, we're still trying to make a TV show and something that's airable. But there was a few episodes where, like Kelly Clarkson, for instance, I mean, she was absolutely hammered by the end of the episode. It was. I've never seen her. Like maybe once or twice before in all the years I've known her, like she just said, "Screw it! I came here to drink and play bar games," and so she went for it. Like it was incredible.
Hey, massive respect to Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah,
what a play!
Seriously,
what a play!
Dog.
Now, Old Red's the damnedest dog that I'd ever seen. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I asked him whenever he came and did his show here, and Ty brought it up there about touring. Your shows aren't just like, you don't just roll the ball out there. You don't just roll the ball out there. You put on a full, it is a show. It is a night. My wife and I, that was the last time we went out before the baby was born, and we were dancing, having a good time. And I asked you beforehand, I was like, are you going to play Old Red? Because it's like from way back. He goes, if I don't play Old Red, they'll pick me up and throw me out of this fucking state. I was like, okay, sweet. All right, I'm happy to hear that. You put on a show for all of us, and you talk so much shit against the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, the full PowerPoint in between songs, he's bringing up every single time the Patriots either won a Super Bowl or beat the Colts. Thank you so much for doing that, Blake. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen at a concert.
It was unbelievable. He's a stand-up comedian. This guy's playing a song. He goes, this song was the #1 hit in 2004. What was going on in Indianapolis in 2004? And then he'd bring up a headline, and it'll be like, new oil motor thing. And what happened in the NFL then? Oh, no way. Boom. Another Patriots Super Bowl. It was like in front of you. It was amazing.
Massive screen. Like, it wasn't just like a little reference. It was this massive photo of Brady holding up the Lombardi. It was incredible.
And this smart ass goes, no, I didn't know that. And then,
hey,
go ahead.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Okay.
I was just delivering the message of what happened. It's historical. It's just
facts.
What can I say? It's not my fault.
It was a great show. It was a phenomenal show.
Unreal.
Whole place going crazy.
Thanks, buddy.
Standing room only at the top, at the very, very top of this thing.
Bar around the stage.
Sold out. I mean, it was a great show, Blake. Honestly, you could do that forever.
I love doing my shows these days. Back years ago, for me to do a concert of that length, you'd have to throw in a lot of covers or, album cuts and things, and you can kind of feel the crowd slipping. But I've been doing this now for so long. I think it's 24 years or 23 years since I had my first hit song, which was a song called Austin 100 years ago. But I've just been doing it so long now that there's just been so much music that it's fun for me to get up there and then relive the old days and play a lot of those old songs and hope people remember them, like Old Red or Austin and songs like that, right up into songs that we have out currently, and it's just a blast for me because there's so many memories come back. I don't do that many concerts anymore. I do like maybe 18 or 20 shows a year, and so they're a big deal for me when I get up there, and I like to drag it out and have as much fun as I can and poke fun at the crowd and try to win them back over. And And that was what I was attempting to do that night with the Colts stuff.
Yeah, you lost everybody. Everybody left. They were so pissed. Yeah, nobody left their seat, obviously. Hey, is that gimmick beer up there you're drinking when you're performing?
Oh yeah.
That's actual beer.
I swear, Pat. I treat it like, it's a party for me too. Even though I have a lot of pressure and a lot of weight to carry, especially when you go in and you play an arena show like we did that night when you came out. There's a lot on you, but at the same time, it's once it starts, you might as well treat it like you're at a house party or sitting around a campfire, jamming, because that's what people came there for. They want to just see something that maybe they feel like you don't do anywhere else, and things that you don't say anywhere else whenever you're doing a show, and try and keep it as local as you can. And so that's what I try to do, and talk about memories, talk about places, coming up, bars and things that I played in Indiana coming up, and just try to be relatable, because I have been there, so many times and all over this country that it's fun now to go back, and it really does feel like I'm just singing for old friends and stuff anymore. And that's why I'm not really nervous to poke fun about the Colts or something, because by now people, if they're coming out to my shows, they pretty much know my sense of humor and that I don't take myself serious, and you're just not allowed to do that at my concerts, and it's a blast, man.
It is great. We had everybody, people that didn't know your songs were in our suite. Obviously, me and my wife and many in this studio, big fans, know your shit. And it was like everybody just had a good time. It was just a very good time. The way you handle it, the pacing of it all. You talk shit on a couple people, I think, in the middle of it too, which we loved. Yeah. We enjoyed that. We enjoyed a little shit talk out there. I think it was about memorizing and remembering all the words to the songs you talked about. Yeah. It was a good punchline. I was like, damn, this guy put on. This is a full show here. Comedy. We got some dancing. His ass was dancing up there.
Oh, yeah.
We got some beer drinking.
Solo shot, just guitar on the stool.
Oh, yeah. That was a real moment.
That was cool.
That was a real moment out there.
Oh, thank you.
Look at you. You're a showman, this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a fucking showman.
Got that.
This guy's a showman. AJ has a question for you, Blake.
Blake, how was that touring, I guess, changed from back in the day until now? We hear a lot of these people touring now, bringing like all their personal trainers, and they have a semi that has a weight room and smoothies before. Like, is that any of that kind of integrated into your whole, touring schedule?
Can you? I don't know if you can see a good angle on me right now.
You got camo on. You can't see shit.
Look great.
Do I
look great?
Does this look like a guy that brings his gym with him? I tell you, I do though, AJ. If we go to a place and sometimes I'll wake up and I'll text my tour manager and say, hey, do they got a treadmill or anything in there? I have got to sweat out last night, and if they do, I'll go in there and spend 45 minutes or whatever, doing my walk/run, for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, just to try to sweat out the night before, not necessarily thinking I'm going to get in shape or anything. It's more of just a survival mode. But if they don't have a gym or I'm not allowed to go in there because whatever team is practicing that day or whatever, that's my excuse to go, all right, at least I tried. At least I asked.
Yes, you did. Yeah, God let you know that it wasn't available today. Yeah, you're not meant to work out.
I'm a country singer. We don't have to be in shape, to be. We're supposed to be relatable. So
yeah, it's business.
That's why my man boobs are worth a lot of money, for me, because my fans look at me and go, man, look at that. It is okay to have these man boobs.
So. Hey, thanks for inspiring millions. While making millions. Honestly, what a hero, this entire guy. You took a little bit of a step forward into tomorrow's country music with a massive collab. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Blake, obviously one of the songs of the summer, Pour Me a Drink, you did with Post Malone. And
somebody pour me a drink, somebody bum me a smoke. That was good.
Fantastic. I mean, we listened to it before the show. What was that like, being a feature, obviously, because you don't do too many of those? And also, do you think more people are going to do what Post Malone does and kind of cross over into country, and have others reached out to you to maybe feature on some of those types of albums?
Well, I think, you're probably going to start seeing a lot more people try to cross over into country music. it seems like it's been happening in the last couple of years more than I've ever seen before. I guess it's really always happened. I mean, you go back to artists like, Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty was a rock artist, a pop artist before he was ever a country artist, So it's been happening for years. It just seems like more recently there's been a lot of it, and which is exciting that country is that hot right now. I think the reason it's working so well with Post is it's not something that he's just trying like a one-off thing. I mean, the guy grew up in the Fort Worth area down in Texas. He grew up listening to George Strait and country music, and it's truly something that helped create the artist that he is. So it's not something that he's just trying. It's something that he's finally getting to do is how I feel about it with Post, because he's so knowledgeable about country music and the writers and the musicians, and you can sit and talk with him, and the first time I got a chance to sit and talk to him just about country music, I was blown away, because he was telling me stuff that I didn't know, and he's fans of musicians that he's introducing me to that are old school even, and so the fact that it's truly coming from a place of, I think a dam finally burst with him, and he's just able to do this thing that he's always wanted to do versus just trying something different. I feel like Post is probably here to stay in country music, and it's fun, man. I love that kid so much. He's so much fun to be around. I mean, it's no wonder that he's one of the biggest stars on the planet, because he's just such a lovable guy. I don't know if you guys have met him or if he's been on this show or not, but
have not. Big fans. We are big fans. We are big fans. You have trillion.
He's exactly who you want him to be when you talk to him. I mean, he's just the greatest dude. He really is.
His dance moves too fucking captivate me.
Oh yeah, good dance moves.
He's feeling it up there. He is feeling it.
Yeah.
He's a full performer. Like he is in it. I think that is why. And if this country thing continues, and he's going to just make one of these albums every summer, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
Fine.
I am okay with that as well. Bunch of bangers down there.
Yeah.
Pour me a drink off.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I don't know if I answered the question or not. There's always people that are gonna try it, and most of the times I think it's probably not going to work because when something's not authentic, I mean, you can see through that, especially with music, and but when it does click and it is right, you see what's happening for Post right now, and there's no denying that he truly loves country music, and because he has that respect for it, and he shows up at a bar and does 2 hours worth of cover songs, George Strait and Brooks and Dunn and whatever. There's no denying that it's a true passion that he has, and that's why I think it's connecting. I noticed when you guys were singing "Pour Me a Drink" a second ago, everybody was singing it except AJ. I was just does AJ never sing? Does he never sing or
no, he doesn't dance.
I got a little delay over here, but like a little delay, like a second delay, so I would mess all the boys up. You know how
good reverb.
He's an asshole. That's pretty much.
He's a prick. He's a prick.
Yeah, that's the truth of it. That's the truth of it, right? That's the real deal. Yeah, we have to deal with it every day. He always says, "I'm not your dancing monkey." You know, Wiz Khalifa was performing at Radio Row, and AJ Hawk on our stage got audience banned from Radio Row actually because we did this. Wiz Khalifa is performing in front of, like, let's say 60 people at Radio Row Super Bowl. Okay, this is during COVID too. During COVID, everyone's in there. It was a phenomenal performance. AJ Hawk is 2 feet away from this dude, Wiz Khalifa. Okay, small stage. And he's like, "Put your hands up, put your hands up." Obviously, everybody is like, "Mr. Wiz Khalifa, you got it. Hands up." There's a photo. AJ is 2 feet away from him, staring at him. I'm not your dancing monkey.
Hands down.
No,
wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, Blake. The disrespect is real from this man over here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
But somehow I respect his disrespectfulness. He's solid. He's rock solid.
Yeah, he is.
He
yes.
doesn't waver for anybody. Nobody.
Not Wiz, not Blake,
like it.
not Post Malone.
Nope.
I did put my hands up. The DJ asked me to put my hands up on the mic, and I absolutely did. And there's picture evidence of it, Blake. But Pat refuses to acknowledge that.
That is Everybody
False,
was there.
wrong.
Yeah, and once again, now we're lying about it, which
Great
is
show.
that's something
show
Post
put on.
Malone would never do if I'm learning about it. Post Malone put his fucking hands up.
Yeah.
It would.
Jeez, that'd be an honor to have him on this program.
That'd be very cool.
Last question here comes from Coach Chuck Pagano, who's a massive fan of yours, Blake.
Yeah, so Blake, I was singing just to be
hey,
clear,
there's Coach.
my hands
What's
were
up?
up.
Yeah.
But I was reading up. This journey of yours obviously started at a really young age. I guess I read your uncle was the human that taught you how to play the guitar. Who was your idols? Who motivated you to want to become the human that you are now?
Well, I mean, from a musical standpoint, I grew up. I absolutely worshipped Travis Tritt and an artist named Paul Overstreet, George Strait. I remember seeing Garth Brooks' first television special. I guess I was probably a junior or sophomore in high school, and I roofed houses that summer and saved enough money to go buy the exact guitar that Garth was playing. It was like this black Takamine with a cutaway on it, and I wanted to be Garth, you know. And then outside of that, you know, I had my family, you know, growing up, I had a great bunch of people around me that I've always told people, you know, that think that I'm an entertainer. I said, man, if you could just meet my family, I'm the dullest one of the bunch. I mean, they're all comedians. They're all funny. They have great sense of humor. Nobody takes themselves serious in my family. And I mean, cousins, uncles, immediate family, all of them, you know, it's just, I grew up with a bunch of people that just tried to one up each other, you know, all the time with comedy and being funny and not taking anybody or not taking themselves serious, you know. And so, those were the people that you know shaped me.
Hey, it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. And a down in the neighborhood, why everything good?
Yeah. Hands up, AJ.
Hands up, AJ. Sing along,
It's a great
AJ.
song. That's a great song, Blake. I appreciate you. That's a good song.
Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you. I'll see you Saturday in Oklahoma, buddy. You said you worked on roofs in the summer. It's supposed to be 99 degrees. 99 degrees? That's too hot. That's way too hot.
That's what I heard. It's gonna be rough, man. But I'm excited, and thank you for asking me to do this. Thanks for asking me to do this today, man. I'm been a big fan for a long time. I didn't even know Mr. Pagano was in there till just now. So I'm a huge fan, and
respect.
Just his story and journey has been inspiring. And I'm friends with with Steve Keim and Bruce Arians, and I know Bruce's journey through Indianapolis, and I just followed that whole thing, and so I didn't even know he was sitting there. So honored to meet him too.
Honor to meet you.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Sweet. That's all about.
Hey, sweet, that's good.
Chuck.
And it's a great day to be alive. All right, we appreciate the hell out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Shelton. Thank you, Blake.